Hey, Raider Nation, buckle up because we're diving into the hottest topic in Las Vegas right now. The NFL draft is just days away, and our Raiders are sitting pretty with the number 6 overall pick. Can you feel the electricity? This could be a franchise-defining moment for Silver and Black, but the big question is, will they swing for fences and draft Boise State's superstar running back, Ashton Janney? Or will they pivot to address another glaring need? The clock's ticking and the stakes couldn't be higher. Stick with me as we break down every angle of this critical decision, unpack the buzz around Janney, and explore what this draft could mean for our Raiders. What do you think they should do? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get into it. The Las Vegas Raiders are at a crossroads. After a whirlwind offseason that saw them snag veteran quarterback Geno Smith, the team's got some momentum. But let's be real, Geno's not a one-man show. Last season, our offense was stuck in the mud, and the biggest culprit? A ground game that was dead last in the NFL. That's right, the Raiders' rushing attack was the worst in the league, averaging a measly 96.8 yards per game, per NFL.com. It's no wonder we struggle to control games or keep defenses honest. Now here's where it gets juicy. Enter Ashton Janney, the Boise State running back who's got scouts drooling. This guy's a human highlight reel. 2,497 rushing yards, 29 touchdowns, and a ridiculous 5.42 yards after contact per carry in 2024, according to PFF. He's the kind of talent who could single-handedly transform our backfield. But here's the catch. Drafting a running back at number 6 is a bold move, especially when we got holes at cornerback, offensive line, and even wide receiver. Raider Nation, would you pull the trigger on Janney this high? The draft is shaping up to be one of the most pivotal in recent Raiders history. With new head coach Pete Carroll and offensive coordinator Chip Kelly calling the shots, the team's got a fresh identity brewing. Carroll's teams have always leaned on a punishing run game. Think Marshawn Lynch in Seattle. Pair that with Kelly's creative play calling, and Janney could be the perfect fit. But whispers around the league, like Albert Breer's comments on the Breer Report, suggest the Raiders might not be locked in on Janney. Could they surprise us with a lineman or a lockdown corner like Michigan's Will Johnson? Let's talk about why Janney's name keeps popping up. Vinny Iyer from Sporting News is one of many analysts mocking Janney to the Raiders at number 6. Iyer calls him explosive and versatile, a player who could fill the void left by Josh Jacobs, who bolted for Green Bay. Janney's not just a runner. He's a 3-down back who caught 43 passes for 569 yards in 2023. Imagine him and tight end Brock Bowers in the same backfield. That's a defensive coordinator's nightmare. What kind of plays would you draw for these two? But here's the flip side. Drafting a running back this high isn't without risks. The NFL has been devaluing the position for years. Only 2 running backs, Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey, have gone in the top 10 since 2015. The Raiders' offensive line, which gave up 40 sacks last season, per ESPN, could use a stud tackle or guard protect Geno and open lanes. And don't forget the secondary, where Jacorian Bennett and Decamarion Richardson are still improving. If the Raiders pass on Janney, are they gambling on fixing the run game later? Janney's case is hard to ignore, though. He's not just a stat sheet stuffer. He's got the intangibles. In a Players Tribune letter to NFL GMs, he wrote, "It's tackle football. I draft a guy they can't tackle." That's the kind of swagger we love in Raider Nation. Plus, he's already met with the Raiders and gushed about how Pete Carroll's run-heavy philosophy and Chip Kelly schemes are a perfect fit. He even got a shout-out from Marshawn Lynch, who sees shades of his own game in Janney's bruising style. Now let's zoom out. The Raiders' draft strategy isn't just about one pick. With the number 37 and number 68 selections in rounds 2 and 3, they've got ammo to address multiple needs. Imagine snagging Janney at 6, then grabbing a tackle like LSU's Will Campbell in round 2. That's how you build a contender. But if they trade down, as some fans on X are speculating, they could stockpile picks and still land a playmaker like Penn State's Amarian Hampton. Trade down or stay put? What's your call? The Raiders' running back room is a big reason this debate's so heated. Right now, it's Raheem Mostert, who's 33 and coming off an injury-plagued year, and Sincere McCormick, a promising but untested youngster. That's not exactly striking fear into opponents. Last season, the Raiders' 3.8 yards per carry was among the league's worst, per Pro Football Reference. Janney could be the spark to ignite this offense, but only if the line steps up. Let's not forget the fan buzz. Raider Nation is loud about Janney. Posts on X, like one from @KnowTheGame38, are already calling the pick. With the 6th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Janney, RB, Boise State. Even GM John Spidek's son is reportedly begging for Janney, threatening to find a new family if they pass on him. That's the kind of passion we're feeling across the fan base. Are you on the Janney hype train? But there's a wild card scenario. ESPN's Ben Solak recently floated the idea of the Raiders going for Michigan's Will Johnson, a shutdown corner, over Janney. Johnson's a stud, 6 interceptions in 2024, and a knack for erasing top receivers. With Devontae Adams gone, the Raiders also need a new WR1. Could they shock us and grab Arizona's Tetairoa McMillan instead? The draft's unpredictability is what makes it so thrilling. Who's your dark horse pick for the Raiders? As we count down to April 24th in Green Bay, the Raiders' brain trust, Spytek, Carroll, and Kelly, has some tough calls to make. Janney's tape is undeniable, but so are the team's other needs. Bleacher Report ranks him as the number 6 overall prospect. So he might not even be there at 6 if teams like the Jaguars or Bears trade up. The pressure's on, and Raider Nation is watching. What's the one position you don't want the Raiders to ignore? Let's talk impact. If the Raiders draft Janney, they're not just getting a running back. They're getting a culture changer. His 54.5% breakaway run rate, per PFF, means he's a home run threat every time he touches the ball. Pair that with Geno Smith's play-action prowess and Bauer's mismatchability, and you've got an offense that can finally compete with the Chiefs and Chargers. But if they go another route, are they wasting a golden opportunity? The clock's ticking, and the draft is almost here. This is the moment where dynasties are built, or regrets are born. The Raiders haven't had a top 10 pick since 2019, when they took Clelin Ferrell at number 4. We all know how that turned out. This time, they can't afford to miss. Whether it's Janney or someone else, this pick needs to be a home run. Raider Nation, what's your gut telling you about this draft? All right, Silver and Black Faithful, that's the breakdown. Are you all in on Ashton Janney, or do you want the Raiders to go a different direction? Drop your hot takes in the comments. Hit that like button if you're hyped for the draft, and subscribe for all the latest Las Vegas Raiders news. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's get ready for a wild draft week. Raiders forever.